video, I'm Literal, aka Megabuzz. In today's video, we're looking at post-rotation Ceruledge EX paired with Iron Hands EX. Now, if you guys are anything like me right now, I've been playing almost exclusively post-rotation deck lists on the rank ladder or with friends or at locals because I'm really just ready for rotation. I'm kind of tired of Regidrogo V-Star, Lugia V-Star, Refinement Curlia, Forest Sealstone. I'm Palkia V-Star. I'm really tired of that card. Radiant Greninja. I'm really looking forward to playing with the new cards in the new meta after rotation. So today, that's what we're going to be doing. Ceruledge EX with Iron Hands EX post-rotation. This deck list is ready to go after rotation. We don't lose any cards, and I'm really excited to showcase it here today. So let's get right in to that deck list. Already here at that deck list, I would like to think we have 2 stars of the show here in this deck list. And the first one, of course, is going to be Ceruledge EX. With that first attack, Abyssal Flames for 1 fire energy 30 plus. This attack does 20 more damage for each energy card in your discard pile. So we're trying to get a lot of energy in the discard pile, and we have a couple things paired with this card here to kind of make that happen. The first thing I'd like to point out is we have, of course, Ultra Ball to be able to just get the energy of the discard pile. We're playing 3 research, 4 Carmine, so we can discard our hand if we go first, discard your hand and draw 5. We're playing Squawkabilly for that Squawk and Seize, discard your hand and draw 6 if it's your first turn as well. And for our ace spec of choice, we are playing that Brilliant Blender, so you discard up to 5 cards and discard them, and then shuffle your deck. So Brilliant Blender just kind of there to just thin the deck a little bit, discard some energies. You know, if we use Brilliant Blender in the 3rd turn, we can just discard the Squawkabilly out of the deck, get a couple energies out of there too, and it kind of helps out. And then, of course, we have Iron Hands EX here as kind of our second attacker for the deck. That first attack, Arm Press for 3 energy, and then for 4 energy, we have Amp You Very Much for 120 damage. If your opponent's Pokemon is knocked out by this attack, you take 1 more prize card, which is pretty helpful. We're trying to really go fast against the Charizard matchup, the Dragapult matchup, and stuff like that to kind of just amp their Dreepy or their Charmander or a Pidgey or something, take an extra prize card to kind of get us ahead in that race. And the way to help out with getting those energies on that Iron Hands EX, you're going to see here we have 14 Lightning, 3 Fire Energy, and 2 Jet Energy here. We are playing 4 Electric Generators. Look at the top 5 cards of your deck, and then if you find 2 basic Lightning Energy there, you can attach them to your Lightning Pokemon on your bench in any way you would like. So to kind of help with that, we're also playing 2 Academy at Night. Once during each player's turn, that player might put a card from their hand on the top of their deck to kind of guarantee that we're going to hit a Lightning Energy. A lot of the times with this deck, you're going to end up with a couple in your hand. So Academy Night, put it to the top, hit a generator, you're guaranteed 1, and it feels really nice, kind of help turbo through the deck a little faster. But we only really need 3 or 4 fire energy in this deck for the Ceruledge, because we play Night Stretcher in here to kind of get that fire energy out, so it kind of helps out a lot like that. Some of the support Pokemon I would like to point out, we already talked about Squawkabilly, but of course we got the Fezandipiti EX for that flip the script. Once during your turn, if any of your Pokemon are knocked out during your opponent's last turn, draw 3 cards. Fezandipiti goes in almost every deck, I feel like. And then, of course, we got Latias EX in here with that ability Skyliner. Your basic Pokemon in play have no retreat cost. The reason we're playing that Latias in here is because sometimes we have to start with an Iron Hands in the active. Feels kind of bad, but we have that free retreat out of it, which is very helpful. It also allows us to be able to play a higher supporter count and a higher item count to kind of not have to play switch cards or switches or anything like that in this list. Since this is a post-rotation list, we would have had to play switches anyway, which doesn't feel that great in this list. And then we have 2 Jet Energy for a similar reason as well, to kind of just jet something up into the active spot. Helps out a lot. For the support here, we got that 4 Carmine, 3 Research, 2 Iono, 2 Boss, 1 Turo Scenario, 4 Generator, 4 Nest Ball, 3 Ultra Ball, 3 Night Stretcher, that Brilliant Blender, 1 Pal Pad, and then the 2 Academy at Night. Like I said, I really think this deck is tons of fun, and I think it's actually in a pretty solid position for post-rotation. I've climbed quite a bit on the rank ladder with this deck, and I could definitely see myself playing this deck as kind of my go-to option for post-rotation competitive tournaments. So now let's jump right in to that gameplay. Already here at that gameplay here at the coin flip is gonna be heads. Unfortunately, we do not win the coin flip, but the nice part about this deck is going first or second doesn't really matter too much. If we go first, we can evolve our Charcadet into our Ceruledge. If we go second, we just try to amp first and try to kind of take some early cheeky prize cards, and that's kind of the hope. So going first or second with this deck, there's kind of 2 different kind of routes you can go with it. And of course, if going first, we also have Squawkabilly, we have Carmine to kind of just still help turbo through the deck really nicely. We go second, we have Research, we can still play Carmine, which is really good. We're going to start off with Charcadet here in the active spot, which is not really what we were hoping to start off with. Kind of wanted to start off with maybe like the Latias is something I like to start off with this deck a lot. Charcadet is definitely one of the better options to start with. You don't want to start with your like Fezandipiti or something, but starting with Latias doesn't feel bad because you can just retreat out of it. So we're going to be going first here, so pretty solid. Nest Ball here, going to grab that Squawkabilly. We're going to probably rip the Carmine first, go through the Carmine. We're going to get Brilliant Blender in that Ultra Ball here, Ultra Ball, and I'm like, all right, we're going to discard. We're going to discard the Turo scenario and that Lightning Energy, grabbing ourselves that Iron Hands EX. Now, we did prize, I think, our Fezandipiti, and we also prized our Latias. So this game's going to be a little tough to navigate, but I think we can do it. Brilliant Blender, discard some energy, get another Carmine out. Electric Generator, hit 2, Squawkin' Seas here. Just going to rip through, get 6 more cards here. Electric Generator, hit 2 more, go right to the Iron Hands. We got another Nest Ball, grabbing ourselves another Charcadet. Then we have another Nest Ball here, which we can play, and we're looking probably eye up maybe a third Charcadet or second Iron Hands. We're going to go for the second Iron Hands here. Hit another Generator potentially, and then we're just going to put that other one right to the other Iron Hands EX, and then we're just going to pass turn. Next turn we have Ultra Ball or Carmine to try to find Ceruledge and a Fire Energy to take some early knockouts, or maybe Energy, Retreat, and then amp that Pidgey. We're not really too sure what we're playing up against here. We got a Pidgey, we got a Badoo, we got Luminion, we got Arvin coming down here. So not really too sure. Buddy Buddy Poffin plus that Forest Seal Stone. I'm like, okay, not too big of a deal. Buddy Buddy Poffin going to come down here and they're looking to grab some 70 HP Pokemon. We see a Mander and a Pidgey come down. So we may be playing against Charizard, Pidgeot, or potentially even like Charizard, Pidgeot, Dragapult. I've seen that deck a couple times, which I thought was a lot going on. But hey, play what you want to play. Ultra Ball going to come down here and get that Fezandipiti EX, which is pretty smart on their half. They can already kind of see that I'm eyeing up and amp you very much. If next turn we could actually find Boss and then amp the Luminion for 3 prize cards, I feel like that would almost seal the game right away, but we're not quite in that position. So Carmine going to come down here. We're going to get that Ceruledge and that Fire Energy. So retreat out of the Charcadet into the Iron Hands and then evolve into a Ceruledge here and then amp you very much to take 2 additional prize cards. So going to be able to take 2 prize cards there. Had that Fezandipiti EX and the Lightning Energy off the prizes. Really was hoping to get that Latias EX, however, but not too big of a deal. Itchy Pollen's going to be a little frustrating for us to deal with, but the reason I ripped through so many generators early on is because I saw the Badoo, right? So if we hold on to the generator, we can't hit energies, we can't play items, we get item locked. So ripping through the generators early like I did definitely is the play you want to go with when your opponent's playing Badoo. Just try to turbo as fast as you possibly can. I mean, you can see here we have 15 cards left in our deck, and we've only taken 2 turns. So definitely got to be careful with this deck. You can definitely deck out, but you're trying to just win fast. Win fast or lose fast. That's the way of Ceruledge, and I kind of like it. So Ultra Ball going to come down here for our opponent getting that Charizard EX. Got that quick search ability, so they're able to rare candy into the Pidgeot. They have Fezandipiti flip the script, and we're kind of in a position where I'm like, well, this is not great. Rare candy into the Charizard EX, and Infernal Rain gonna be able to come down here, getting some fire energies in play. Gonna put 1 fire energy to that Charizard EX. Gonna be able to retreat out of their Badoo into the Charizard. Still have ability to flip the script, I believe. Gonna have the Defiance Band as well, plus the Unfair Stamp, unfortunately. But they're going to put us into our Fezandipiti and Night Stretcher, which isn't too bad. Going to be able to get the Fire Energy out of the discard pile to attack with our Ceruledge. Fezandipiti for flip the script. Pretty solid. Okay, here. So 270 damage going to our Iron Hands EX. But now Defiance Band is actually not active because we're both at 4 prize cards, so they actually can't take a knockout on my Ceruledge this turn, but they could go Boss, pull up Iron Hands, and kind of go that route, so we'll have to see here. Pal Pad, I'm going to go to Turo and Boss out of the deck here. Flip the script. Going to be able to get Turo, Carmine, and Academy at Night. We're going to go Night Stretcher here. Get that Fire Energy, and I'm going to go Academy at Night, put the Turo on top of the deck so I can have it and don't have to discard it with that Carmine. Use the Carmine, draw back into the Turo, get a Ceruledge, get another Academy at Night, Jet Energy, and that Lightning Energy, and then punch in for Abyssal Flames for 210 damage. So Now back to our opponent's side. Like I said, that Defiance Band is offline here, but they still could just go boss up your Squawk or your Fezandipiti or your Iron Hands and take a knockout there, which would feel pretty bad. But if they do that, then we just kind of threaten knocking out the Charizard next turn anyway. And that's fine too. We could actually potentially amp the Charizard if we can get ourselves in maybe generators if we have any left, or maybe lightning energy or anything like that, and then just try to take a cheeky 3-prize knockout, which would be pretty cool. Quick Search going to come down for our opponent here. Gonna have another Charmander come to the bench. Like I said, we're kind of worried about boss right now, but they might not even have any boss's orders left. I've seen a lot of Charizard lists get pretty greedy lately, only playing like 1, maybe 2 boss's orders. And sometimes they don't even play Pal Pad. Charizard's kind of an interesting spot right now, but Ceruledge does have a really tough time dealing with Ceruledge because that 330 HP is something really difficult for Ceruledge to hit, but it's very possible. So just going to Burning Darkness for 240 there into our Ceruledge EX, and I'm like, okay, perfect, not a big deal. We're going to go Ultra Ball, discard 2 energy, just kind of look at the deck, see what we have left. And I'm like, all right, we're going to go Turo here, pick up our Iron Hands EX. And the reason I do that is because I want more energy in the discard pile. So then I can try to maybe knock out that Pidgeot EX if they try to kind of stall with that or something. So, going to take 2 prize cards here, knocking out that Charizard EX. Going to get 2 lightning energy off the prize cards, still dodging that Latias EX, which is in our prizes. They're going to go flip the script here. Going to have access to Quick Search. They got a Charmander ready, so they could Burning Darkness for KO here. We're just going to have to see what their kind of route and what their plan is. The other tough part is, too, is that they go to knock something out and they don't deal with the Fezandipiti. I could just flip the script out of it, or if they maybe Iono me to 1, I'm kind of in a position where, like I said, I can kind of draw out of it a little bit with that flip the script if they knock out the Ceruledge. So I think maybe the play here is Rare Candy into Charizard, plus find boss, KO the Fezandipiti, and then I can't flip the script. You kind of threaten being able to deal with my damaged Ceruledge EX, or another boss plus Squawk would kill it, or another Ceruledge or something maybe. They're kind of one-shotting anything on my board at this moment. So I definitely think that's a play that they could be going for here. But they might have something else planned. We're just going to have to see what's kind of going on here. Ultra Ball, going to discard that Pidgeotto and that Rotom V here for the Blood Moon Ursaluna EX. Going to bench that Blood Moon Ursaluna EX. Attach a Fire Energy. Retreat out of the Pidgeot probably into that Blood Moon. And then punch into our Ceruledge. Like I said, I think boss up. You have to deal with the Ceruledge now, because if you don't, then I just threaten counter KO with that damage to Ceruledge. They try to boss up and KO something else. They're going to play Arven, Ultra Ball, Technical Machine Evolution. Maybe looking to eye up something else to get and thin the deck a little more. Maybe Ultra Ball here. Going to come down, discarding 2 cards to grab maybe a Charizard, maybe a Charmeleon or something like that. Going to discard 2 Buddy by Puff and get that Charmeleon, evolve that Charmander into a Charmeleon, have a backup attacker ready to try to get ready to go. Gonna have that Blood Moon attack, only needing 1 energy though, 240 damage into our Ceruledge, and now we're in a position where we only really need a Fire Energy to win this game, right? So we're gonna throw up our Ceruledge EX here. We're just gonna have to see what we can cook up. We got a Research in hand, plus we have Flip the Script, so we're just gonna go flip the script here, draw 3 cards. Okay, we literally know we have 2 Night Stretchers left because we checked our discard pile. So it's like, okay, what do I need to do? I just rip the Research, we find the 2 Night Stretchers, use the Night Stretcher, grab ourselves that Fire Energy, attach it to our Ceruledge EX, and then Abyssal Flames for 330 damage to win us the game against one of Ceruledge's hardest matchups, being Charizard EX. I absolutely love this deck. I've been seeing tons of success with it, like I said, and I'm really excited that Ceruledge, I feel like, has a pretty strong leg to stand on post-rotation. So now let's jump right in to that outro. All everybody's gonna do it for today's video. I'll make sure to post the deck list that I played in today's video in the description below, ready for copy paste into TCG Live. And while you're down there, make sure to join the Mega Blitz Poke Cave Discord, and of course follow me on Twitter as well. And make sure to also leave a like, smash the subscribe button, especially because in the last 30 days only about 40% of my viewers are actually subscribed. So just do me a favor, scroll down and check if you're subscribed, because if you aren't, you definitely should be. And of course, if you want to support the channel even further, you can be like these 2 awesome people here, Evan and Odessa, and become a member here on the channel as well. But that's going to do it all for today's video. So I'll see you all in the next one. Peace!